Alrighty, now that we're done with the lair of the ancient, we can just head on across towards the jagged keep. Everything's still shaky, earthquakey.
You spend your whole life thinking you're a giant. And one day that fella shows up at your fortress.
That was awfully profound.
Yeah. Shame we had to kill everything and everyone. Almost kill me. Not fun. Not fun one bit. It's a pretty cool symbol. Is that the symbol of Magrin? This definitely seems like a bit of a boss room sort of deal. Is that going to try to burn me? Peaked at spotting you, the strapping warrior slams her shield against the floor, rattling the stones beneath your feet.
Scurriers in my keep! Make ready to be crushed, vermin of Eothas!
Look here, I recovered this from your fallen Brenthis.
You felled her? And her dragon?
With a deep-chested growl, the warrior readies her sword to strike. No, it was the dragon who killed her, not me. She stills, red scrawls in her skin flickering as she grimly appraises you. A muscle ticks in her jaw, but finally she sheathes her sword.
Then the Bathor will decide your fate. He awaits at the back of the keep.
So the Bathor is the warlord, so we're going straight to the boss. I guess follow that one. I mean, there is a lot of exploring I could do, you know. But since we're... Since we are kind of like trespassing on their domain, maybe it's best to just keep to their rules. Yeah, that's right. I am able. Fireless in death, the warrior's body is being ceremoniously prepared for cremation. Over here. Got some nice plate armor. Sure, there's a lot of you fellas out here, isn't there?
Sure.
Really noisy gate.
Supposing this volcano blows, what are the odds any of us but Gone survives it?
We should move quickly.
Yeah, he is kind of tall. He could probably just stand above it all.
I can see the fury burning in her eyes.
What was that? When the warlord spots you, his shoulders stiffen, and he reaches for the mace strapped to his back.
Kith, how is it you have come to be here? Nay, it is of little matter.
We don't have time for this. I need to get to Eothas quickly.
And to do that without my permission, you would need to triumph over the Rithul.
He signals for his warriors to close in around you. There's no reason for us to fight when we can be of aid to each other instead. He scrubs a hand over the front of his helm, apparently weighing your words.
I concede to your point. For the time being, Eothas deserves death, not words. The Defiler God has brought war to Ashen Moor in revenge against Margaret and her Rithun.
The warlord regards you hotly, fire sweat dripping down his neck. His surrounding warriors clang their weapons against their chests or the floor, clamoring for blood.
What is your relation to Eothas, if not to act with him against Margaret?
Bareth wills that I intervene with Eothas.
Mere Kith are seldom agents of such a powerful deity. If you have no plans to defend the Defiler God, then we've no quarrel with you, Kith. We are prepared to assault Eothas at the base of the mall.
Warlord gestures to the shrine of Mogren behind him.
The shrine will lower us to the sacred Adra pillar, where the embodied god now gluts himself.
Let me through. I will speak with Eothas and convince him to leave this place.
Even if I believed you, I cannot do such a thing.
He shakes his head. His eyes burn, fiercely intent.
We guard the sacred depths of the mall. None may freely enter. Thus the shrine lies dormant, locked without the talk of Bethacton.
He shoves his shoulders back with pride.
Our high priestess. The Brenthis is the talk's rightful bearer, but she has yet to return to the keep.
I have the torque.
I heard shouts of your triumph preceding you. It would seem you are unparalleled among your kind, and mine. You are without the Brenthis, so I must assume she has returned to the Everflame.
The markings on his skin dim briefly.
What became of the Ancient? Jorda Fairless? Triumph will be nigh impossible without her.
What makes you think something happened to her?
Face beet red, Jyoti chokes, pounding on her chest as she struggles for air. Me too.
Oh, who needs some old lizard anyway?
Warlord tilts his head as if considering the true meaning to your companion's reaction. Growing distrustful, he tightens his grip on his mace.
You will answer me, Kith, without trickery or lies.
He glowers, impatient. Well, the dragon is like a pet of Mogren's, I guess, but, you know, the dragon is dead.
Possible. A flame as bright as the Ancients cannot be so easily extinguished.
He shakes his head grimly. I killed her.
I was a fool for trusting you. Have you any fathom of the doom you have wrought us? You shall explain, or forthwith perish on the end of my mace.
The beast killed the Brenthis and your warriors. I avenged them.
The Ancients attacked them?
Flames rise from the simmering lines in his skin as the warlord takes a deep breath.
The dragon could be fierce and unrelenting indeed, but I trusted the Brenthis' power would command the beast. How disturbing and unfortunate. She would have been a mighty ally against Eothas. We've no choice. Despite the odds, we'll attack without either's strength.
He shakes his head, the motion grave.
If this is to be our last stand, we must prepare ourselves, either for victory or for sacrifice. Lest Mogren forsake us for our failures. You've earned the right to Fire Shrine with the talk of the Other Flame, but we cannot join you as yet in facing the Defiler.
Farewell. Well, since that's the way forward, you mind if I go and take a peek around your little fort you got here? Might have some shinies for me to take. And definitely not steal. Oh, that would be wrong. Oh. Got a big hole in your defenses here. Eothas could probably stick his fat finger through there, you know? Key unlocks this. And we find a dead guy. Sweet.
You might find this interesting.
Well, what is that? Secret passage? Alrighty. There's no guards guarding this way.
Sure.
The rock slide has collapsed this section of the keep. So I'm guessing if you decide to go in guns blazing, there's a less dangerous route where you go into the sides. But it's only barely safer, really. Sacrifice to the goddess is the noblest of deaths. Margaret will honor her soul. There's a trap up ahead. Hey, you guys see that trap? There's another trap on the chest. You guys mind if I pick it? They didn't care one bit. Fire thrower's gloves. Excuse me. That could be pretty useful if we weren't going up against fire creatures. Massive chains hold the weight of the shrine's conveyable platform. Excuse me. You stand before the shrine of Magrin, goddess of flame and war. Lifting your eyes, fiery motes begin to streak across your vision as you stare into the imposing cast of her likeness. For the span of a single breath, everything falls eerily silent. The Rathoon behind you fade away. Flames to either side of you flicker higher, dancing without sound, but the heat is real, licking at your skin. Then metal groans as Magrin's statue bends her head to you in greeting.
Watcher, the time does not allow for niceties.
Her words flow like lava from her lips, like the trails that burble hotly from her eyes.
Even now, Eothas gains strength from the spire. What progress have you to report?
The Rathoon are preparing a final assault against Eothas.
Then they will burn to ash and return to the mud kiln from whence they came.
She leans forward, the copper of her corded arms gleaming from the blustering flames. She tugs her sword free from her plinth, and the entire shrine shudders with heat.
Presently, I shall erupt this volcano, and with it, consume Eothas. I suggest you retreat if you at all value your mortal form.
I need more time to reach Eothas.
I can give you only the moments more it takes me to fully fire the depths of this maw. After that, I will not stay the assault. Even for you. Fare thee on, Watcher. My condolences, should you die.
She inclines her head once more in a stalwart farewell. An avatar of the goddess flashes over the imposing statue before you. As the image fades, her absence leaves the shrine cold and deathly silent. A statue of Magrin towers above you, bloodied and battle-ready. The goddess clutches both sword and shield. At the base of the statue, a rectangular, iron-slatted altar rests between two unlit braziers. The slatted top of the altar has been hammered silver water smooth, except for a single circular groove notched deep into the center of the slab. Charred bits of metal, leather, and bones are piled in the interior of the circular groove, the remains of prior offerings to the goddess. Place the torque on the altar. The braziers on either side of the altar flare to life, red-hot flames shooting high before settling into a steadier, softer burn within the bowels. Or maybe bowls, maybe? Lava eddies beneath iron grating in the floor, heating the soles of your feet while the statue herself seems to wake, metal groaning, rasping as the shrine moves. Okay. Now we descend into the depths of the Ashen Maw. With a squeal of metal against metal, the entire floor drops a stomach-lurching 5 feet. Chains clang like the toll of a bell as they catch, pounding against the time-worn gears. Then the shrine begins steadily lowering into the maw. As the shrine cranks lower into the maw, Eothas' colossal Adra carved dome, neck, and shoulders slowly emerge into view. This close, the god rises up like a mountain, larger than you ever remember having seen him. Energy vibrates from his massive body, and a cacophony of mutterings and shouts from the souls whirling within it slams into you, nearly knocking you from your feet. Eothas, I've come to get me back. I need my me back, please. Hey, everyone's got to level up. Now we're ready to proceed.
You're certain he wanted us all to come?
Have you ever seen anything so awe-inspiring? Behold the power of my god.
We're just gonna go whisper in his ear, I guess? What's up there, my man?
Watcher, I wasn't sure you'd make it. But there is enough of you in me to grasp that you had a better chance than most. Some would say it's because you have a strong soul. Great deeds come easily to one so spiritually blessed. Or have you become great because of what has been thrust upon you? Watcher of Cadnua, Herald of Berith, Hound of Eothas.
Oh my god. You're really, this can't.
I see you, Shodi. I am glad that we could meet, even if it is under quite unpleasant circumstances.
It's really hot in here.
This is really happening, right? Gone. Your humble priestess is before you. Please, tell me what you require of me. How do I save more lost souls than I can carry in one lifetime?
Face.
Bright red, sweat beading her brow. Shodi stumbles precariously closer to the edge. Lantern rattling, she catches herself. A mere moment before she would have toppled over.
Would have been nice to know you would have interrupted me, lady.
I know that you have undertaken a noble mission, but I will tell you what I told the Watcher. You need not fear for the lost souls of this world. As for you, Watcher, why is it you believe you have made it this far?
Each of us simply does the best we can. My trials have made me who I am.
You have done much in this life, it's true. But if it weren't for your past with Theos, with Eovara, you never would have come down this path. But you have come a great distance for answers. What would you ask of me, Watcher?
Man, just tell me at the end of my long journey that Tunk is going to be there with me. And, Princess will meet up with me and other pets of mine that I've had through my life.
That we have. And I got a request. Down here. Gone. Look how full my lantern is. I've been harvesting day and night for you, my god.
Lantern rattling, sickle gripped so tight her knuckles are white. She waves her arms over her head as she shouts.
My dear Shodi, I do not mean to diminish your presence here. But this is a question that the Watcher needs to answer. He alone was tasked with pursuing me. The gods have placed him in this fire. It is only right that we speak together now.
I need to know why you've come back.
You need to know? Or Berith? Or the gods?
After all you've done, I think every creature that lives and breathes on Eora needs to know.
And it would seem even she whose presence shakes the heart of this mountain needs to know.
Magrin is prepared to take drastic measures to stop you, to destroy her own followers.
Margarin fears what I will do, just as she feared what I would do in the Deerwood. But this time, there is no power on Eora or in all of hell to stop me. Understand that what I'm saying is neither a boast nor a challenge. It is the clearest statement of truth I can give you, give Berith, in the hopes of dissuading you from taking actions that may harm others.
Says the one who's killed thousands walking from the Deerwood to Jetfire.
Yes. I am sacrificing lives from this generation for the benefit of those who have not yet been born. The other gods may be willing to make similar sacrifices, but they will be in vain. I am going to force gods and mortals alike to open their eyes to one another. And all the powers of hell cannot drive me from this course. It seems my sister does not like the sound of that.
Can you be more specific? What are you trying to do?
I want to return the gods to our original purpose, and to allow mortals to worship us, or ignore us, for what we are, not what we pretend to be.
You wish to return to mortality.
Shodi gasps sharply, for once too stunned to blurt out a response. Her eyes are wild, with too much white showing, when she glances from Eothas to you.
Whatever you're doing, there's gotta be a better way.
When I entered Widewin, I did so with the intention of illuminating the history of Anguith. I wanted to show all the nations of the Eastern Reach the machines we had used to create ourselves, how we had hidden our true nature from mortals for millennia. But even if I had succeeded, my words would have been easy to deny. Belief creates the foundation upon which a mind's reality is built. Some minds can never let go of that foundation. They would rather hold tight to the world in their mind than accept what they're being told.
Why is it so important that mortals know that the gods came from the Anguithans?
We began with a dream that if we provided guidance to mortals, each generation of souls would grow stronger. And if the souls grew stronger, societies would become better, moving ever closer to achieving the potential we believed all mortals have within them. Over 2,000 years have passed. Hundreds of generations have been born, lived, and died. If the world has improved under our guidance, mortals should be prepared to understand the truth. If they have not improved after all of this time, then we have utterly failed in our aims, and there should be a reckoning of our faults. The time has come for a new covenant between gods and mortals. One forged in the light of truth and understanding between our kind. I will leave this place and go to the lost city the Huana call Ukaizo. It is there that all souls pass through the machines of the gods, where all souls pass into the beyond before beginning their next life.
Machines similar to what I've disabled in the past? I think it's our time to leave.
That place. I will find our great machines and tear them to pieces. I will smash the great wheel until the lights of hell all gutter and die. And when my work is done, I will leave this world forever.
More destruction. You're tearing the whole world apart because you can't make peace among yourselves.
Adra, there will never be peace among mortals, so long as they are unwittingly manipulated by the gods. The divine enslavement that Woodica reveres perpetuates ignorance, chaos, and violence across the world. I only wish to destroy the darkness that surrounds the gods, that you may better see us for what we are.
What?
Both gods and mortals alike rely on the wheel. We depend on it for the souls that give us power. Mortals depend on it for the lives of future generations. Breaking it will force all of us to face the truth.
Force us all to rebuild Aora, sounds like.
We will fail together or move forward together. Either ending is preferable to the cycle we still find ourselves in.
I don't think Margaret likes us being here.
Dawn, wait! Before it's too late, you gotta take the souls I harvested for you.
Priestess.
Priestess thrusts her light pulsing lantern outward, as if waiting for Eothas to take it from her.
They are not for me to take. Shodi, you are their guardian now. You are their protector. You have taken responsibility for them, and only you can decide their fate. Once again, the gods have put you in a precarious position, Watcher. Considering all the troubles I have put you through, The least I can do is protect you from the wrath Magrin has intended for me.
Didn't ask for your help, and I don't want it.
Then I will save you in spite of yourself. Brace yourself, Watcher.
Guys and gals, we are literally being touched by the hand of God right now.
Despite herself, Shodi squeals. Trembling, she sways on her feet as if she might faint.
Hey, Eothas, we're not done here. You and I, we're not finished. Don't think you can just move me aside like all the rest. Maybe you can't be stopped. But on behalf of everyone you've trampled, betrayed, and ignored, I'll be coming to see you again.
Adair spits. In the surging heat, it never reaches the ground.
Perhaps we will meet again, Adra. Until then, take care of the Watcher.
Eothas' great hand floats away from the luminous Adra pillar. As it pulls back, for a brief moment you see a golden tether flash into existence between the pillar and the great Titan's back. When the Adra fingers gently cradle you, there is first a sensation of warmth, but it is followed by a harsh splitting of consciousness. Your awareness vacillates erratically between the physical world and the spiritual dimension of Eothas' body. Your soul glides amid the many trapped with Eothas. As your brilliant form passes by them, they call and reach out for help. Below Eothas' body, the volcano erupts. Molten rock rushes over the great Adra body, but does not slow its movement. Rathun rush to higher ground, but cannot outpace the lava, which overwhelms and consumes them as it rises. Your attention returns to the heart of Eothas' body. Deep within the whirling masses of souls, you again sense your own presence, the fragment that was taken from you. This time, you reach out to it as it reaches out to you. You meet somewhere in the great mass of Adra, the rest of the souls fading at the edge of your awareness. We are together again. Are you ready to be together again?
Yes, it's about time.
Are you certain? Since we've parted, you've become someone else, and I have become myself.
It's our experiences that shape us who we are.
When we join, we won't be ourselves anymore. Your senses yank back to your body, still in Eothas' hand. There is light, sunlight. He has emerged from Ashen Maw, the rim of the volcano and the great keep of the Rathun collapsing behind him. The Adra is barely visible through the thick lava covering his body, and still, he moves. The ocean is gone, water sucked away, leaving only the bare seabed glistening in an ominous silence. You summon the strength to turn your head. Through the cracks in the great god's fingers, you see a wall of water. Taller than Nekataka, taller than Eothas, as tall as the moon. It comes with the rumbling of a terrible stampede.
Is Adra helping you?
The wave slams into Eothas. His hand closes, protecting you from the devastation. Somewhere in your mind, you hear Adra screaming. You are back inside him, back with yourself. Are you still the same Watcher who returned the lost souls of the Deerwood to the wheel? The soul observes you, waiting. I am.
I am, and I will do everything I can to save these poor souls before I am done.
Good. Then this should be easy. You feel cool air, seawater. The back of your mind pulls your attention back to your body. Eothas stands amid the now calm waves. Kraken futilely clinging to his limbs as he gingerly sets down your ship with one hand. He carefully opens his other, setting your body on the deck. As your head comes to rest, your vision rocks forward, pulled back into the Adra, back to your soul. Some of us is lost to him. fragments and the empty spaces between them. They will always be a part of him. But we are still us. And it's time for us to go. Together.
Together.
The soul rushes toward you, flying into you with ferocious speed. You are thrust back through the Adra, out of the palm of Eothas' hand, back into your body. You can feel the sensation of your skin, the warmth of the Adra, but you are not fully in control. The other soul struggles to reach the surface of the body's consciousness, but you pull it down. Entangled, you float in a dark, boundless expanse. The more you fight each other, the closer you become, until somehow, impossibly, every piece of you is touching every piece of them.
We are a complete watcher once more, filled with nightmares and many souls' lives worth.
Through the distant window of your eyes, you see Eothas push slowly against your ship. Though his touch is light, it is still the touch of a god. The ship lurches, rapidly tearing across the water southward. His hand pulls away from your ship's wake, his body straightening, towering overhead. The volcanic rock, now cooled and gently steaming, sloughs from his body as he moves. The Adra beneath is still immaculate, unmarred. He watches you depart, and you hear a voice in your mind as you sink deeper into the blackness of sleep.
Tell them what you have witnessed, Watcher. Tell them what is coming.
The windows of your eyes retreat into the distance. The fragment of your soul is so close to you in the darkness that you can't tell if its thoughts are separate from your own. Eothas is going to Ukaizo?
Eothas is going to Ukaizo.
He's going to stop the wheel?
He is going to stop the wheel.
Eothas is going to Ukaizo. Eothas is going to Ukaizo. He's going to stop the wheel. The words repeat in your mind until they become an incessant, meaningless mantra. Involuntary meditation in the emptiness of your unconscious. When the words finally dissolve and become part of the darkness, you see a pinpoint of light. You no longer sense the other soul. No longer sense the person you were before Eothas touched you. You swim toward the light. As you come closer, the light becomes two blurry spots of radiance. You settle in behind your eyes and feel your lips already moving, mumbling. Around your body you sense familiar scents and sounds, voices raised in shock and alarm. You take control of your mouth, opening it wide and drawing a great breath.
Who's there? Oh, followers of the Tall Stag. Welcome yourselves. The Tall Stag told me that you should probably leave likes on this video so that he may be further empowered to try and stop me. I don't think he will succeed in stopping me, but I think he should be given the chance to try to, as all mortals should. Be sure to leave a comment telling me how much you love me.